We are back for another vlog. Hello everybody, welcome back. You know, I've been doing this now for a couple months and I still can't get the date right. According to my watch, it is Wednesday, February 7th. It is about 1:45 in the afternoon. I slept in this morning. This afternoon, I am going to meet up with an old colleague of mine for a brew. I'm trying to stay away from alcohol right now because I am training for the Sun Run. I am going to Four Winds in Delta. It is an awesome brewery. I've only been there once. It's crazy that I live 20 minutes away. That being said, John has the car today, so I will be taking the bus. It is a 1-hour bus ride. I am not looking forward to that, but what I am looking forward to is I think there may be a double-decker bus on this route. I have never been on a double-decker bus in Metro Vancouver, so I am really excited. And if that is the case, I cannot wait. I don't know what it is, like my obsession with them. I'm not into the ones in London, but I was obsessed with the Deuce in Las Vegas. And like, sometimes that's what I end up missing when I'm like, oh, I wish I could go to Vegas. It's because I want to ride the freaking Deuce. If you haven't traveled by bus along the Strip, the Deuce is one of the favorite ways to go. And I like going up to the second floor and like just looking around, especially at night. I have to get going because this is a 1-hour trip. And then John's gonna pick me up because ain't no way I'm doing that going back. So today
in Delta, it'll be partly cloudy with a forecasted high of 9 and a low of 1. Right now it's 7 degrees and partly cloudy.
Ready to get used because you have to do cleaning my house, you have to cook for me, you have to iron my clothes, but for me I have to give you a big penthouse in my house.
Okay, that was really awkward on the bus. There was this woman just like screaming her head off, although when I got the footage, it wasn't like as wild as it was initially. For what it's worth, there was somebody who left their bag on the seat, which like I'm so anti-bag on the seat. I think it's a case of like everyone sucks here, where he shouldn't have had his bag on the seat, and then she just started yelling at him. The bus that I was on goes to Scott Road and there's only 2 or 3 stops left, so hopefully everything's fine, and she's just running her mouth. So yeah, so I'm currently waiting for the Ladner Exchange bus and I'm hoping it's a double-decker. I hope it is. I'd love a double-decker bus. Well, good morning. Today is, don't know the date again, Thursday, February 8th, and it has been a wild 12 hours. It is totally a first world problem, but John's phone died last night. We tried every trick. We tried like plugging it into the laptop reads it, but that's it. It won't turn on the device for it or anything like that. Tried holding down the power button and the volume button for 30 seconds, for a minute, for 5 minutes, like to the point where John's fingers were just, you know, indented from the button. He's obviously very upset, and it's not like, I was like, well, I'll give you my phone for the day and you can just use that and put your SIM in there, but the problem is everything that he has set up is not going to be on the phone, right? And so we thought that I could just use our tablet in the interim and make phone calls from that in the event something went wrong and I needed to let somebody in, because the buzzer for our apartment goes to me. And I guess it's a different SIM versus a tablet SIM, because I used to have a phone plan with my tablet, got rid of it after the 2-year term because it came free with my initial contract. Unfortunate, but now we're basically trying to figure out if there's a way to fix it. I've exhausted all of our insurance related to like credit cards and like home insurance. Home insurance deductible is like $1,000 and it's only if it's lost or stolen. It's a mess, and I'm trying to solve this problem while also like doing my work today. I've been getting messages about it, not from John, but like just getting messages about it, and I'm like do this, and I'm like, I literally have tried to exhaust everything. I did the best I could, and the solution now is just to go to like a mobile clinic and try and get it fixed. Tomorrow, when I actually have time, we are going to go to a mobile clinic. Now, when we were listening to it last night, it sounded like some sort of circuit issue or like soldering issue or like a ribbon issue. So I'm hoping it's just a dead battery, but I have my doubts, obviously, because when you hear the mechanisms in the phone, it's a little bit, yeah. I don't know what to do. I'm just like frustrated because it feels like it's my fault or like I have to fix it. In the interim, I did a whole bunch of work this morning while trying to juggle like all the messages from people saying you need to do this, you need to do that. And it's just like, I literally cannot right now. That's kind of the update right now. I'm gonna go finish my coffee. I took a shot of myself holding this mug, which is like, this is the epitome of my life right now. But I'm gonna go ahead and start filming and I will see you in a bit. Good morning. Look at this cowlick. It's like tragic. It is Friday and today I have a meeting. I have a few errands to run. We'll be going to New Westminster, but in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready. I just finished my counseling session with my therapist and it went really well, especially seeing as there's been a lot of stuff going on recently, both good and bad, mostly good. And sometimes that's the thing, like I don't know how to handle some of the good things that happen because I don't feel worthy. So it's nice to check in with her once a month and be like, hey, what's my deal? What's going on? Now I'm off to get ready for my afternoon, which does include a meeting at 3 p.m. But otherwise, hopefully it's cool and casual and calm and collected, and it looks like it's sunny out, so that's really nice. I'm excited for that. Good morning. It is Monday, February 12th. I haven't really been vlogging because I just haven't really felt like it, but I had a pretty good last few days. Just gotta wash my face because I just got up. I think the last video I put up was like how I get organized kind of thing. And I have a few more videos to shoot, so there's that. I do have a different hair color now, which you probably can't see, but I dyed my hair that cherry cola red that everyone's doing. I did purple a couple of years ago and it was nice until maintenance started to kick in, and to dye my head that purple color that I had, it was like $1,000 to do, and so it wasn't worth it. I was like, if I ever dye my whole head, I'm just going to do like, I'll probably bleach it on my own and then just do like a plum. I was thinking about doing an indigo color, like a dark blue black, but the thing I found with black is that it's really harsh on my face. It makes me look so pale, which isn't a horrible thing, especially being part Irish. I do have quite pale skin. I have a lot of breakouts, so usually when my skin is, when my hair is a black blue or closer to a black color, it just makes all my zits red. Also, I have grays now, so while everybody's like, hey, like be proud of your grays, I'm like, no, I want them gone. I don't want to see them. And I just love that I can't see them anymore, so yay. I'm also kind of cheesed because it sounds like we have a mouse problem again. Previous videos, we talked about this, but we had a mouse, John spotted before he went to bed one morning at like 4 in the morning, and he basically Tom and Jerry'd his way through that whole situation. Tried to catch it with a cup. Yesterday it slept in by mistake. I came into the living room after waking up and he was like, so I just want to let you know we have a mouse problem again. I was like, seriously? Like I thought we like RIP'd the other one. And he was like, I found fresh mouse poop. My assumption is they're going from, and his assumption too, they're going from the front door. Our front door is not level. So I think they're going from the front door and then they're just staying along the edge. So they're either using behind the refrigerator or they're just following the front of the refrigerator around the cabinet, around the like kind of kitchen island part, and then they're running behind the couch. And then they're running back because they realize they can't get out. Our other assumption is that the person who lived here before, which if you didn't see those videos, we're pretty sure that person was a hoarder. We assumed that the person who lived here before was leaving their balcony door open like a crack to get either fresh air or just be irresponsible or whatever it was. And so they were probably using our unit. They just happened to discover that our unit had an open area and they were running through it. But now that there are different people here who do not leave their window or their balcony open. So I'm just gonna keep getting ready for the day. I may go to the gym this afternoon. I haven't decided yet, but it's very casual aside from that meeting at 2 p.m. So just finished shooting, ta-da! And today I decided to face this way because I just wanted to see what that would look like. But yeah, otherwise it's been a nice little morning and I guess now afternoon. I actually went through the footage this morning to see what I had shot, and I did talk about how John's phone ended up breaking. We took it to get fixed on Friday. So this is John's phone. It's a Pixel 6, just like mine. That's what I'm currently using to film. We decided after I was done with my meeting, we were going to go to, or sorry, before my meeting in the afternoon on Friday, that we were going to go to the mobile clinic in New West, and again, had heard really good things about them. They were amazing. They were wonderful to deal with, and they actually said that they don't fix phones with whatever issue this is at that location, but they were like, go to Guildford, which actually is closer to our home. So we decided that after I was done my meeting, we were going to drive over to Guildford, and then I actually got a quote for my cell phone. It was $269 to fix the glass, which I will do later. Initially though, when we didn't have a solution, I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to part with basically $300 because that $269 is not including tax. We take this phone to the mobile clinic, they open it up, and they were like, okay, it could be one of two things. It could be just a straight up dead battery, or it could be that the motherboard basically fried itself. So there was actually somebody else that had happened to in the morning because we went there in the afternoon, and the guy who helped us was like, that's interesting, this is a Pixel 6. And we go, yeah. And he goes, I had a customer in the morning who had the same problem. If you have a Pixel 6, just be aware that your phone may be on the fritz, which is also why I'm kind of concerned I need to get mine fixed too, my Pixel 7 fixed. In the event that it's not a battery, to fix the motherboard is $500, which at that point, it's basically a third of a new phone. Of course it was the motherboard. Like, why wouldn't it be the motherboard? So the motherboard's completely fried. There's no way we are fixing a phone for $500. And me being me, I'm like, I am your cheap Asian girl. Like, I'm always looking for a good deal. There's always a way out of things. I remember as we're like walking around and trying to figure out, you know, am I going to part with $300? I really don't want to part with $300. I just don't want to. That's too much money. And that's when I remember John never did the hardware upgrade with Rogers. So we decided on a whim. I was like, listen, he wasn't having any of it. He was like, it's not going to work. And I'm like, we're supposed to have a good, lucky year. You know, Lunar New Year was coming up the following day. Things have to look up at this point, right? So we go in and we get this super nice woman, but she just goes through everything, asks some questions, and she's like, so what does he want? He's like, you know, I'll take anything at this point. I'll take anything that's like $0. And she just goes, there's no $0 phones. I'm like, okay, can we stay in the Pixel family? And so the only thing apparently they had available for a deal was a Pixel 8. So John not only got a nice new phone, he walked away with like completely new everything. He was just, I have never seen so much relief on this man's face. He opted for the 8 because he was like, I don't need the Pro. And I think it was like an extra $20 if he ended up going with that. And so we did not have to pay for a new phone, and I was so happy. I definitely need to get my phone fixed now, because if I'm hearing from mobile clinic that there are people coming in with like fried 6s, I'm probably on borrowed time on this phone. But anyways, this was the phone that John had. It's a Pixel 6. Honestly, he really liked the phone. For my use with the Pixel 6, I would say that the processor, having been able to experience the 7 and having taken a lot of photos, the processor is a lot better in the 7. Obviously newer technology. I wouldn't be surprised if it had improved in the 8. Google House, we love Google products. We love, you know, Google Drive. All in all, everything worked out really well. And I think the big lesson here is, number one, we're gonna make sure we have a backup plan next time. We've tried to tell ourselves that we don't live on our phones a lot, but we actually do. And so like trying to call in sick to work, for example, or like, you know, the potential for for me to miss out on a client because my phone isn't working, or I mean, there's email and stuff, but I still do a lot of phone calling and whatnot. I like to talk over the phone more, so have a backup plan in place. I'm going to get my 7 fixed, and I'm going to keep the 6 as a backup. We have to recycle this one. I think we're going to make it part of our emergency fund because it was just money I didn't want to part with. Lesson learned, very scary in terms of like having to part with so much money, but I think if we have a plan in place moving forward, it should be fine. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. I will have a sit-down bullet journal video on Friday. Looking forward to editing that and putting that together and putting that up for you. But otherwise, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!